You make yourself a mark. Everything's low profile. Unless you can back it up. If you can back it up, hey, be as showy as you want. Bug me. But ideally, if you got any night vision gear, that's the bomb. You'll see some of the wastelanders, they'll have like, blocky things around their necks. Usually covered up with their scarves. They wear them loose so it covers the NVGs, but they're in high demand. Most of us use LED flashlights. And again, the wastelanders use red ones. Red light's harder to see in the dark at distance. A white light you can see for miles. A red light fades too fast, so if you're out in an area where you know there might be hostiles, you always use red light. The LEDs are better than bulbs, but they don't burn out and they burn longer. Stack of batteries will keep LEDs going for days. I mean, guys have fallen asleep with the LEDs on, they're still fine for another couple of days. Works pretty good. Again, just about everyone carries the gigahertz radios. It's little radios that, like a walkie-talkie, but they broadcast and receive for like 5 kilometers. It's just a tiny thing. They've been around forever. But they're calibrated to different settings, and depending on what community you're in, they'll have like local 5-kilometer little radio stations people broadcast on, or maybe they rebroadcast news, or there'll be like a help channel in case someone's got a problem. Let's do a call out, and who's ever got their radio on will respond because they know, they got community landmarks and stuff, so if they got a problem, they'll know where they are. I keep mine with me, but I move around so much that I don't know the local call signs. I know some communities, but not as many as I'd like. So on the back of my armor, I managed to get my hands on a scanner. And what happens is I run the ear mic from the gigahertz set and the ear mic from the scanner to this little mixing pod I made up. Kind of one overlays the other. The scanner's louder. I got a little dial and I can adjust it. But this way I just have my clearphones. I put a clearphone over one ear and I'm good to go. Clearphones are, that's a military thing. They used to give them to soldiers, but they were popular in the civilian market. It's, oh man. It's like a headphone, only the back of the headphone that covers you, that would normally cover your ear, is like a mesh. See-through, you can see through it. And you can hear what's going on outside as well. And no one else can hear what's coming through the clearphone. So it looks like you're kind of like wearing this rubber thingy, like some kind of a strainer over the side of your head. Small one, and it just hooks onto your helmet, or you can wear it underneath your scarf. I got a helmet. I don't usually wear it unless I'm out in the wastelands, but I got a little, I think it's a rappelling helmet. I don't know what it is. It's really tight fitting. And I got an assault mask that I keep as well. For most of the times when I'm lighting, I got head-mounted lights, LEDs, twin LED lights with a red filter on them. I put on either side of the helmet. They just snap on. And if I'm going into the wastelands and I'm worried about, it's hard to explain. Like, okay, if I'm in the inner city, I'll generally just have my scarf around my head, right? But if I'm out in the wastelands, doing some scoping, I got the helmet tight, I got the face mask on, and got the goggles over top of that. And then at night you just hit the LEDs and it gives you like these 2 red lights. It looks pretty badass too, and again, that keeps them back. If you look like you're not an easy mark, then they stay away from you. Plus with the long robes and everything, I suppose it probably keeps them back. But, yeah, those long robes, they get tied up pretty good when I'm in. again, when you're in the city, you tie them up. And when you're in the city in the daytime, you let them down. But if you think you need to move fast or whatever, I mean, I might even just take off the cape and throw it in my pack. You know, there's no hard and fast rule. It's kind of more so, it's like an art. You got to learn how to use it. Anyway, the fact is you got to make sure you got your lighting. So, those clear phones. The scanner, where was the scanner? Yeah, scanner, you see, because quite often there'll be, especially on the wasteland, there'll be frequencies broadcasted out, or there'll be ghost frequencies just bounce around, or old military, down chopper frequencies, or distress calls that are automated from gear that's crashed, and people just go out and try to find the strength of frequency and home in on it so they can get the salvage, right? A lot of valuable stuff, especially in down military craft. Works out well. Thunder crash was a little close. Lightning here is scary. You get a lightning strike on one of these car condos, man. I mean, it'll cook a lot of people and fry even more equipment. This is a good one we got going on here, I'll tell you. Well, if I cut out all of a sudden, you'll know what happened to me. Ooh. See, if I'd have been smart, I'd use the other thing I keep on my webbing here. I keep my spyglass, scoping. Everybody's got binos or a decent rifle scope that they just keep handy to get a distant look at things. I mean, if you just see like a down chopper in the middle of the desert, I mean, chances are it's a trap. You got to scope things from all angles. I usually do a pretty wide circle, quarter mile maybe, around anything I see on the wastelands, and I scope it for a long time before I move in. I've seen all kinds of guys move in on stuff, and I thought, oh, should I move in there? And before you know it, they get taken down, or teams that lay in wait in the wastelands, or they got a weird cult or something. I mean, you don't know what's in the wastelands. I mean, it's anybody's ruling in the wastelands. Nobody even knows what's out here. I mean, there's soldiers and cults and chem weapons and all sorts of crap just floating around out here. That's why you got to keep your shooters with you. Shooters are the auto injectors. I always got some right on my chest in case I need to get them in a hurry. They're like anti-chem weapon stuff. Atropine, adrenaline. If you got a problem and you think you start feeling tingly or things are going wrong, you jack yourself and then run like hell. Get out of the area. On the inside of my visor on the helmet here, I got a canary vent. Canary vents are maybe about the size of a small coin, piece of plastic with air vents on it, a little yellow LED. I guess it just looks for any kind of carcinogenic gas or chem weapons. All I know is I'm out on the inside. See, it's in kind of up near my top field of view, but if that LED goes off, I mean, like, you can't miss it. It's really bright, because it shines practically in my eye. That's important, you see, because if that goes off, that means the air is toxic, and I got to get out of there. In the cities, it's not that big of a deal, or even on the fringes. But if you're a wastelander running around like me, you never know what's floating around the air, man. All sorts of particulates. Sometimes in the inner city, they'll go off when the pollution gets heavy. The smog comes in. The smog comes in, of course, the canary vent's going to go off. But